we will get ready shortly. All right, first of all, good morning to all of our guests for coming out today, and to our students. We are almost to the finish line. How are you feeling? Tired? I heard tired. Good. So in thinking about, I tried to personalize each of my messages, and I was thinking about our 7th grade students, and a word came to mind today. I think teachers can relate to this. I think counselors can relate to this. Mr. Fry can relate to this. If I were to think of a word, especially with 7th grade, I would think your word for this year was growth. I think it came in a package that you guys grew socially, which I'm excited about, and I mean there's still always a little bit of room, but you guys are going to be grooming into our leaders next year. And giving this next award, I just want you to know it's so important to the role that you're going to play in our building next year. So with that being said, and with the growth that we've seen in you this year, it makes me proud to be the one standing up here today to award the Bulldogs Care. For those that are not familiar with the Bulldogs Care, it is an award that we take and we give to students every Friday. We give it in the form of a ticket. We give it in the form of coins. It is our PBIS program here where we incentivize, and we do look for growth, back to that key word. Some of our recipients are going to be coming up here, but they've shown tremendous growth throughout the 7th grade year. If you are not familiar with the CARE acronym, it stands for Commitment, Attitude, Respect, and Excellence. So every Friday, a staff member in our building has the opportunity to award any student in any grade level one ticket. That student then takes this ticket down to the counseling office where they turn it in. Teachers do not have access to see how many tickets students get, so it's going to be a surprise to them as well today. But at this time, we're going to be recognizing those students who've accumulated the most CARE tickets for semester 2 based upon the CARE attributes. I am going to ask that you hold your applause until the very end. We're going to ask that all students today come up this side of the steps, just because of the cords over here, and then we will give you a round of applause once you get up here. So at this time, it's my honor to call these students up to the stage for being the top recipients, and these are not in any particular order. Paisley Barrick, Wyatt Bowermaster, Keegan Quinn, Ava Staples, Clara Cunningham, Kaylee Groves, Peyton Lay, and Ava Simmers. At this time, let's give all the recipients a round of applause. While they get their award and are up here, this is a great photo op time. Parents, we will also, at the end of this, 7th grade will finish up their awards from their field day or their teams, the sports that they did for their field trip yesterday. They'll finish that up. You can get pictures at the end as well. I just want to give a shout out. We do partner with Belco Community Credit Union and Angela Barlip, and she is always here for these awards. She could not make it, but she did want to say she wants to continue that partnership, and she always gives us things around the Bulldogs Care, and she finds this to be super valuable for these students to be recognized. So I also want to put that out there for them as well. So let's give one more round of applause to our Bulldogs Care recipients. All right, at this time, I'm going to be handing the podium over to Mr. Fry, who's going to recognize students for perfect attendance.
All right, we're going to be getting 2 different perfect attendance awards. The first one is a certificate for perfect attendance for the second semester, market periods 3 and 4. That perfect attendance means you're here every single day. Obviously, you're here, you don't leave early, you don't come in late, and you're here, and that's huge when we talk about, Mrs. Nate's talking about making growth and growing academically and socially. Being here is a huge part of that. So if I could have the following students come to the stage, they earn perfect attendance for the second semester. Madison Butterball, Ella Gale, Carter Gibson, Radima Goron, Xavier Merkel, Fertals Namdaza, Nora Phillips, and Ashlyn Zeri. And then we're going to have 3 of these students step forward because 3 of them earned perfect attendance for the whole year, which is quite an accomplishment. Being here every single day for 180 days, that's awesome. So if we could have Ella Gale, Ferdos Namzada, and Nora Phillips, please step forward. We have another certificate for you. All right, thank you very much. I'd like to introduce Mr. Penner to give out some athletic awards.
Ms. Jones and I would like to recognize 2 very special groups of people. The first group that I would like to recognize are 3 sport athletes. It takes a lot of commitment, dedication, and effort to be a 3-sport athlete. We want to recognize these 7th graders who have earned that. So if you can, will you please come forward to get your certificate. Daniel Oliver, Lincoln Myers, McKenna Mowry, Gunnar Medorsky, Cadence Garling, and Avery France. All right, thank you guys. The next group I'd like to recognize are our scholar athletes. These are student athletes who have competed in 2 or more sports and have maintained a 3.85 GPA or a straight A average, basically, in your core courses. When I call your name, can you please come forward? Sydney Arts, Jessa Chernarski, Avery France, Alexa Agruda, Jordan Graham, Riley Holter, Daniel Oliver, Aniston Reed, Olivia Seville, Finley So, Ashlyn Souder, Margaret Swab, and Benjamin Tandon. congratulations, and again, it takes quite an effort to compete in two athletic sports and also maintain an average across your 4 courses. Keep up the good work. All right, thank you. All right, I'm going to turn it over to the school counselors.
Good morning. At this time, Mrs. Bowles and I want to recognize students who have earned honors or distinguished honors for the 3rd and 4th marking periods. Students, I need your attention. Thank you. In order to achieve honors, students must earn a B or higher in all subjects. When students achieve honors, they get both a silver sticker and an honors message on their report card. At this time, would all students who earned honors for the 3rd or 4th marking period please stand to be recognized? We know you did not get report cards yet, but your names are on the slides. So if you see your name on the slides, please stand. Let's give them a round of applause. In order to achieve distinguished honors, students must earn an A in all subjects. When students achieve distinguished honors, they get both a gold sticker and a distinguished honors message on the report card. At this time, would all students who earn distinguished honors for the 3rd or 4th marking period please stand and be recognized? And we have your names on the slides. If you see your name, please stand. It's for the 3rd or 4th. Let's give them a round of applause. Great work. Next, we want to give special recognition to students who earned distinguished honors for both the 3rd and 4th marking periods. So Mrs. Morgan and Mr. Landis, if you don't mind coming up and helping us with the certificates. Thank you. Students, when we call your name, please come to the stage to receive your certificate and be recognized for this outstanding accomplishment. Paisley Barrick, Aubrey Beecher, Rachel Collins, Clara Cunningham, Skylyn Flowers, Avery Franz, Jordan Graham, Rayleigh Coulter, Allison Kiner, Afton Coutil, Bodie Lay, Peyton Lay, Olivia Neely, Nora Phillips, Olivia Seville, Finley So, Josephine Seeley, Clara Shover, Asa Sigmund, Avea Simmers, Elliot Sipes, Ashlyn Souder, Ava Staples, Andy Swab, and Ben Tandle. Let's wait until they get on the stage here and we'll give them a round of applause. Again, this is distinguished honors for both the 3rd and 4th marking periods. Let's give them a round of applause. All right, students, you may be seated. Some of you are going to come back up because we have one more award. Go ahead, you can go down. last award we want to give to students who earn distinguished honors for the entire school year. So this would be students who had straight A's all year long, all 4 marking periods. Students, when you hear your name, please come up to get your certificate. And let's hold our applause until the end, please.
All right, and some of you were just up here, so we're just giving you some extra exercise here. Paisley Barrick, Avery France, Jordan Graham, Rayleigh Holter, Allison Kiner, Afton Coutil, Bodie Lay, Peyton Lay, Olivia Neely, Nora Phillips, Olivia Seville, Finley So, Josie Seeley, Clara Shover, Elliot Sipes, Ashlyn Souter, Andy Swab, and Benjamin Tandle. Let's give them a round of applause. Just smile and it'll be over quickly. All right, congratulations. Good job, students. All right, and now we're going to hand it over to our 7th grade teacher advisors, Mr. Landis and Mrs. Morgan.
All right, 7th grade teachers, if you can come up on stage to hand out your awards. So the first set of awards that 7th grade is going to give out are our Academic Excellence Awards for quarters 3 and 4. These were basically students who stood out academically and achieved at a high level through the whole marking period. And we'll announce those by teachers once everybody gets up here and gets their certificates and gets ready to go. All right, so for marking period 3 for academic excellence, for Mrs. Duncan, we have Daniel Oliver. For Mr. Fatsimir, we have Skyland Flowers. For myself, we have Elliot Sipes. For Mrs. Gilbert, we have Avery France. For Mrs. Mansfield, we have Rayleigh Holter. For Mrs. Morgan, we have Allison Kiner. For Mrs. Reese and Mrs. Shutt, we have Ashley Souter. And for Mr. Slodisco, we have Thane Kiefer. For Mrs. Bishop, we have Trenton Snader. For Mrs. Daigle, we have Riley Moore. And for Mrs. Gibb and Mrs. Zinn, we have Evan Hoover. A round of applause for quarter 3 academic excellence. You guys are good to head back. And now for our academic excellence for marking period 4, it's the same award just for the next quarter. For Mrs. Duncan, we have Olivia Neely. For Mr. Faxiner, we have Asa Sigmund. For myself, we have Chris Kelly. For Mrs. Gilbert, we have Caleb Wilbur. For Mrs. Mansfield, we have Daniel Oliver. For Mrs. Morgan, we have Bodie Legg. For Mrs. Reese and Shuck, we have Wyatt Bowermaster. For Mr. Slodisco, we have Jordan Graham. For Mrs. Bishop, we have Raleigh Baker. For Mrs. Daigle, we have Skylar McHenry. And for Mrs. Gibb and Mrs. Zinn, we have Zane Orner. And a round of applause for you guys can have a seat. Our next 2 awards are for our year-end awards. These awards account for the entire school year. The first one is Student of the Year, and these are just students who each core teacher selected as a standout for the entire school year. So our first one for Mrs. Duncan, we have Asa Sigmund. For Mr. Fatsimir, we have Avia Simmers. For myself, we have Joseph Eggy. For Mrs. Gilbert, we have Avery France. For Mrs. Mansfield, we have Bodie Legg. For Mrs. Reese and Shuck, we have Afton Cole Catil. For Mr. Slodisco, we have Jordan Graham. A round of applause for our Students of the Year. You guys have a seat. And our last 7th grade award is for our Most Improved Students of the Year. Mrs. Nace talked about growth, and these are simply the students that each core teacher thought really grew in their specific classes and in a bunch of different areas, and just people that we really thought have come a long way since the beginning of the school year. So for Mrs. Duncan, we have Parker Holtry. For Mr. Fatsimir, we have Carter Gibson. For myself, I have Keegan Quinn. For Mrs. Gilbert, Anna Wilson. For Mrs. Mansfield, Liam Gerber. For Mrs. Morgan, Emmett Gates. For Mrs. Reese and Shudd, Samuel Hockenberry. And for Mr. Slodisco, Liam Larison. Round of applause for our Most Improved Students. You guys can have a seat. All right, 7th grade teachers, you're good. We are now going to transition over to our arts team for their awards. So sorry for the pause. How's everybody feeling today? So glad that we could get together for this and give awards to these students that really, really deserve them. I'm here to give awards for our musicians of note for both band and chorus. The chorus teacher is on leave and happens to be sitting in the audience because her daughter's getting an award today, so I really hope I don't mess up her awards. All right. So we will begin with the chorus awards for semester 2 and marking period 3 to begin. Mrs. Schober would like to give awards to Rachel Collins and Skylar Ludwig. For marking period 4, she would like to give awards to Nora Phillips and Cadence DeForsick. And then for the full year award for excellence in chorus throughout the whole year, all of these students, ones that really affected the chorus in a positive way. Their presence being there made it better for everybody. And she would like to give that award to Thane Kiefer, Austin Halick, Ella Gale, and Emily Gerganius. I don't know why the chorus students aren't coming up on the stage to get their awards, but you guys should have come up on the stage to get your awards. I thought we knew how this worked by now. Sorry about that. And continuing with the Musician of Note Awards for band in the band program, for marking period 3, I would like to give my awards to Avea Simmers and Mehdi Spaxi. I agree, Maddie's awesome. For marking period 4, I would like to give my awards to Lorelei Rhodes and Wyatt Bowermaster and Skyland Flowers. And lastly, one more, you guys are doing great. For full year awards for band, again, students that their presence just changed the whole feel of the ensemble, and them being there just makes everything better. These kids are amazing. And I'd like to give these awards to, for the Musician of Note, Ashlyn Souter and Amira Gabbard. To my outstanding jazz musician for contribution to the jazz ensemble, Miss Rachel Collins. And for my most improved students of the year, for band, Skylar Ludwig and Audrey Smith.
Parents, relatives, thanks for coming out. It's great to see all the support. It's great to see the parking lot full. That's always a good thing. So we are going to do the arts team or the elective awards. We'll do the third marking period first. Senora Beck would like to recognize Alexia Gonzalez Argueta. This is third marking period. I'm recognizing Ben Tandle. Mrs. Grove would like to recognize Rachel Collins. Mrs. McIntyre, Tech Ed teacher, Faith Burkholder. Mr. Miller would like to recognize Redima Garund. Mrs. Howe, I should say, is recognizing Avery Franz. Mrs. Riesinger, Ashlyn Zeri. Mr. Roberts, Logan Rutz. Mrs. Shover, Madison Duderball, Mr. Tiffany, Jack Monette, and Mrs. Wiggum, Emma Liberator. That was third marking period. And for the fourth marking period, fourth quarter, Senora Beck, Clara Franklin. For myself, Olivia Nealing. Mrs. Groven Art, Jack Monette. Mrs. McIntyre, I'd like to recognize Corbin Motter. Mr. Miller, in Phys Ed, Rayleigh Holter. Mrs. Howe is recognizing Aubrey Beecher. Mrs. Riesinger, Grayson Piper. Mr. Roberts, who is our STEM teacher, recognizing Daniel Oliver. Mrs. Shover, Bodie Lang. Mr. Tiffany, Daniel Fry. And last but not least, Mrs. Wiggum, Joshua Lay. Good job, everybody.
All right, so this concludes our award ceremony for 7th grade. Again, looking forward to next year, all about the growth, seeing you as 8th graders and leaders in the building. I want to thank everyone for coming. We are going to continue with the 7th grade awards that they were giving, but we will first, they have to set up anyway. This is a great photo op and a great opportunity to embarrass your child in 7th grade before they go on to 8th grade. So I will go back to the original slide. Feel free to go over, wave them over, take some pictures. 7th grade will set up. They're going to keep their students here and finish with their awards over here from yesterday. Okay? Thank you for coming. Have an amazing summer. Reach out to us if you have any questions. Schedules will be posted beginning of August. Take care.